welcome to my channel. I am Stephanie. This is going to be the January Sips By video, and it's going to have a little fun twist to it because you guys like seeing me salty. Okay, like I said, this is a sponsored video by Sips By, so we're going to get that part over with and done with. If you didn't know, I have a affiliate link for the Sips By. You can get $5 off a subscription box like this. They send it to you monthly. You take a quiz. They personalize the teas that are sent to you. They send you 4 teas, 4 different types of tea personalized to you every single month, and I have been loving this box. So they have not done me wrong. I guess I did my my feedback and everything like that correctly. But that referral link is down in the description box. You get $5 off of your first subscription box. So let's open this up, and we see that they send me the spoiler card for my January teas to tell me what they are, how to brew them, everything like that, and also give me codes and things like that. So nicely little packed like box right here, and it doesn't look like I have any loose leaf tea this month, which is kind of cool. I have been on a loose leaf tea kick lately, but it's all good. So the first tea that I'm just going to pull out here is the Black Tea Vanilla Tranquility from Ahmad Teas in London, right there. And this is a British family business with long tradition. They supply tea for the royal collection. Ooh, that sounds cool. Including Buckingham Palace. Enjoy this black tea with smooth vanilla. There we go. Yes. Alrighty, next we have Heather Forest Fruit Trankebar. It looks like it's a black tea herbal infusion. There's the package right there, and then there's a little window back here so you can see the tea, which is kind of cool. And this tea right here is inspired by a walk through the woods. This aromatic black tea has a complex and flavorful combination of delicious berries and an elegant touch of heather blossom. Super excited to taste this one. Still deciding on which one we are going to feature in the video montage that you guys will see. If you haven't seen one of my Sips By videos, that is what will end up happening, is I will show you guys all of these. I will then insert a video montage of me brewing whichever tea that I end up doing, and then I'll come back and give you some tea, because the thing that I have chosen to do for this video is that I'm going to give you guys my worst and most disappointing books of 2020 as I drink my selected tea. Okay, so don't you love that? Yes. Next, we have Miracle Tree Moringa, and that is an organic superfood tea mango right there. Oh, it's the back of it. This is a caffeine-free. Moringa is one of the world's most nutrition-dense superfoods. It's rich in vitamins, minerals, and amino acids. It can be used daily to restore daily imbalances. Dietary imbalances. Let's see if I can get that right. Yes. So there is that. And then the last tea that we have is Chai Time from Masala Blends. There's that right there. Let me move that back. There we go. So you can see that. There's a little window on the back so I can see the tea. And Chai Time is a secret family recipe encompassing the perfect combination of organic fruit-infused spices. Enjoy as is or with your favorite tea. So I'm thinking this is just a sort of add-in to my tea, but I can drink it by itself. I guess so. Alrighty, so I am going to go brew some tea, and then I'll be right back. Alrighty guys, so I am back. Tea is piping hot right here in my cup of happiness. Or cup of happy. Sorry, not cup of happiness. Cup of happy right here, right? So yeah, these books are just my worst books. Books that I DNF'd, books that were disappointing to me, things like that. So I have 9 books that I DNF'd. I'm really, really surprised. Out of the like 400 plus books that I read last year, I only DNF'd like 9 of them. So I think that's really good. And then I picked 10 of my lowest rated ones to say, you know, if I was disappointed in them or not. So yeah. Yeah, this is going to be fun. So, like that always disclaimer, these are my opinions and my opinions alone. If you like these books, that is more power to you, but they weren't my cup of tea. So, the first book I'm going to talk about is Follow Me Darkly by Helen Hardent, and this just seemed like a cheap ripoff of 50 Shades of Grey, placed in 2000, wrapped up in social media, and yeah. So there's that. Then we have Fire in His Chaos by Ruby Dixon, and this is like an anticipated read of mine. I didn't know that Ruby Dixon was going to drop this one, and then when she did, oh my god, I had to DNF it because there was, like, in the first, like, 10 or 15% of the book, there's so much talk about the way that she's disfigured, or our main female character is disfigured, she's an amputee. There was constant talk about that. And then as I, like, went through and looked at the reviews and things like that, it was like, well, she says that it's inspired by someone who is an amputee, and it's like, man, that kind of makes me feel bad for disliking it so much. But I don't think an amputee would want to be reminded that they're an amputee all the freaking time. I mean, like, seriously? Or disfigured, or they're not gonna want to rape me because I'm disfigured and I have this gash down my face and I'm so happy to be alive, but you know, I'm ugly and nobody wants me. What? No. Next we have All Stirred Up by Brianna Moore. This was such a cute premise. Hometown girl goes home to save the family business, and her old childhood crush is supposedly coming back to town and things like that. I think I DNF'd this like super far into the book, and I think it was like at 60% because nothing happened. What? There was no tension between our two main characters, and it was just like, what am I reading? Why am I reading it? And I'm not going to read it any longer. Next, we have Office Hours by Katrina Jackson. And this was raved about, and it was boring and over-sexualized for me. Just gonna leave it at that. Next, we have Practical Magic by Alice Hoffman. I figured I would read this. I love the movie, absolutely adore the movie, and was like, ooh, maybe I will enjoy this story as well. No. very much so no. I shall never, never try and pick up this book ever again. Or recommend it for that matter. Next we have You Deserve Each Other by Sarah Hogel. Oh my goodness. Why was everyone raving about this? These two people just needed to, like, not be together. Like, seriously. If you want to cause so much chaos with the other person or to the other person, maybe that person just isn't for you. Like, seriously. And when you get to the 50, 55%, 60% mark, and they're still not finding resolution, you have just wasted my time and everyone else's time with whoever approved this book. Next, we have Perfect Chaos by Jodi Ellen Malpas. I am a huge Gem fan, but this was not it at all. The narrator was not a good narrator. He made it super boring and it just took forever. You didn't know which way you were supposed to be looking at and what the main character was trying to get across by sexualizing the main female character sleeping around, and I didn't, what? Why? Just why? Next we have Pleasurable Consequences by J.C. Maine, and this was actually given to me as an ARC, and this is just a tip, okay? Authors, please research a reviewer if you're going to personally reach out to them and ask them to read your book. Because I have been very, 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 very clear on my YouTube channel, got blocked by a whole bunch of authors on Twitter, and probably blacklisted in the reviewing community because I do not and will not read a book that has the N-word in it for no good reason. What? And when you ask me to read your book and you have the N-word in it on the first 5 or 6 pages numerous times just because that's how that person talks, yeah, I'm going to need you not to ask me to read your book. Seriously. I'm not the right reviewer for you. That's what that boils down to. And the final book that I DNF'd, these are actually all out of order, but the final one on this list is A Heart of Blood and Ashes by Mila Vale. And yes, supposedly there's a romance. I didn't find it. This is more high fantasy, and if that is your jam, more power to you for reading it, because I have loads of bookish friends that love this book. I was not one of them. So let's get to these disappointing books, right? I'm probably going to drink a whole lot of tea for this section of it because these books were most of them were highly anticipated, raved throughout the community, and when I got to the end of the book, I was like, why? Why did I waste my time on that? And I won't be recommending it. It may be for someone, but it wasn't for me. So the first book we're going to talk about, and this may hurt some people's feelings, but Party of Two by Jasmine Guillory is not my thing. Oh my God. There was so much talk about food in it for no good reason. I didn't feel the connection in between the two main characters. I was like, why and what? Our female character didn't come off as a strong, independent character. It was just not good. Not good at all. Whew. Next we have Love Lettering by Kate Claiborne. This was probably just a miss for me. I didn't see the intrigue or interest in calligraphy like this book talks about, and it just didn't work for me. Then we have Credence Who by Penelope Douglas. Sweet Lord. Oh. I knew there was a reason why I wasn't a fan of hers. Even though everybody was like, "Oh, you really need to try Birthday Girl." Y'all got me thinking I might not want to try Birthday Girl, cuz the same ones that were like, "Oh, you still got to try Birthday Girl," loved this book, and I hated this book with a fiery passion, and was just not like, what why why why. Next, we have The Tourist Attraction by Sarah Morgenthau. And this, I probably should have like left this one like near the end, but I kind of just threw this list together and was picking books and things like that. This really isn't on the hated list. Like, it wasn't the worst book. It was just a little too long. It was just disappointing. And it could have been shorter. Had it been shorter, had there been a little bit more connection between our characters and less talk about us versus them, townies versus tourists, I probably would have enjoyed it. I am going to continue on with this series just because I've heard the second book is better and the third book hasn't come out yet, but I was approved an arc for it, so I'm going to continue to give this a chance, this series a chance, and this author a chance. Next, we have Real Men Knit by Kawana Jackson. Oh, the disappointment. Oh, this is one of those main things that marketing and genre labeling was highly mismanaged. There was no romance in this, and it's marketed as a romance. What? We spent 80% of the book on like 2 days. Going nowhere with the story. Having characters talk and not getting anywhere. And what? Eek. Very much eek. Alrighty, this makes me sad. Next is Well Met by Jen DeLuca. I loved I said that all wrong. Well Played is the book that I'm disappointed in. I loved Well Met. I thought it was super cute and super funny and so relatable because I live like 2 hours away from the Ren Fair, the big Ren Fair in Maryland, and this is about one of the small Ren Fairs in Maryland, and I was just like, oh, yay, this is so much fun. Well, this one right here is all about catfishing. Our main character was too obsessed with the characters from the first story. She didn't really have a story. We all knew she was getting catfished, and how she didn't see it, I don't know how that didn't work out. Next, another one that hurts my heart to say is on my disappointed list is Butterface by Avery Flynn. I love Avery Flynn's work, but this one didn't work. There was too much emphasis on the fact that the main female character thought she was ugly, and how cute the detective was, or the main male character, and how he couldn't be with her, and you couldn't like me, we couldn't have a future, blah blah blah. It could have been so much more. It could have been just so much more. I love Avery's writing. I love the third book in this series, so yeah, this just was a miss. This one's another sad one, sort of. We have The Boyfriend Project by Farah Roshan. Oh, this one, a mismanage of genre. The romance wasn't really there. I would read another book by Farah if I knew going in that it was a women's fiction like book. I did like the basis that, this girlfriend group found out their guy was like cheating on them. I think that's this book, right? And then the ladies that found him ganged up on him, and then they became friends. So I kind of like that aspect. But yeah, it was And then some of the information that was in there, like some of the agencies that were talked about and the people that were like undercover and things like that, just didn't mesh up, didn't come together. So that didn't work for me. Next, we have The Roommate by Rosie Deanon, and all the booktube raved about this one. And y'all, no. Disappointment. So much disappointment. This book has such a good premise of the pretty socialite, and a hoity-toity socialite goes and, you know, moves in with this guy, and the roommate happens to be a porn star, and then it starts getting into all the social issues of the sex world, of how they're being treated wrong, and all the what? Oh my God. I will say the one scene that was super steamy, was our two characters diddling themselves. That was super hot. But the rest of it, where was the steam? Where was the steam? Because it wasn't steamy. Not like this cup of tea at all. And the final book on this list that was just absolutely disappointing for me in 2020 was Exodus by Kate Stewart. This is the second half of the Raven something duet, which now is a trilogy. And it angered me. This angered me. I love Kate's writing. I pretty much love Kate's twists and turns and craziness and things like that. This did not work. Did not work at all. Our female characters pining too much. Our female characters holding on to something that she should have just let go, because they sure as hell let her go. And we have this time jump, and then we have this new guy, and he's connected to the other two guys, and then there's this needless like death that ends up happening, and then there's more pining, and then there's, oh my God, why and why again? So those are my worst books and disappointing books of 2020. Let me know down in the comments if you have read any of those, what your thoughts on them were. This isn't to like razz anyone. If you liked those books, more power to you. Like most of them, we're gonna not like the same thing sometimes. Sometimes that's gonna happen, and that's okay. So if you like this video, please give me a big thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Also, there is a feedback form down in the description box so you guys can help me improve my channel. There's also my PayPal, my Ko-fi, my Patreon links are down there, and all my other socials. The link for the Sips by referral, $5 off of your first subscription box, is down in the description box, and a list of all the teas that I had in this box. Thank you guys for watching again, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow. And we'll see you guys in the next video.